Chopper cutting up.
What's up? It's NAJA, and I'm here with a new episode of Deep Convos in Tequila, and I have some very special people with me. I have my cousins. Will you guys introduce yourselves?
Me first.
Yes.
Okay.
Diane.
My name's Ciara. I'm Naja's cousin. I'm here to show my support.
Hey, y'all. My name is Michelle. I'm Ciara's. I'm Naja's cousin.
She's my cousin,
All
too.
of our cousins.
My name is Zaire. Same thing they say.
So just to give you a little background, Ciara is my first cousin. Her dad is my mom's sister. My mom's brother. Sorry. Michelle is my second cousin. Her dad is my mom's cousin. And Zaire's dad is my mom's cousin as well. He is my mom's cousin. Their first cousins?
Yeah, they got the same grandma.
Okay, but
Yeah,
we're
that-
second
that was-
cousins.
Her dad too. Her dad and my dad are brothers. So, put that out there.
So I want to start off the show just by talking about what was our experiences like growing up together as cousins.
Fun.
Can I start?
Yeah,
Alright,
go ahead and start.
I'm not gonna lie. All right, so we got really close like one summer, and it was like we was cool after that.
We used to hate Zaire.
Before
Let's
that,
be very clear. We
I
used to hate
hated
him.
y'all. Like, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I hated y'all. Like,
I never hated him. I always tried to give a
No,
chance.
This
he
is-
was
the thing-
annoying.
This is like when I turned 14, it was like, all right, they not so bad. You feel me? They cool. You feel me? But before that, I was just like, nah, man. You feel me? Like y'all was my cousins. You feel me? Of course, I loved y'all, whatever. You feel me? But it was just like, oh man, I'm about to go around these two, and then y'all had another one with y'all. I ain't gonna lie, y'all had Nia. Just saying, so it was crazy for me. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie.
What about you, Ciara? What was your experience like growing up with us?
We had a blast. It was my father's side of the family. So I just associated with, that's my fun side. My mom's side was more serious. I didn't really have any cousins. So I got attached to my cousins. Like, I want to go to my father's house because that's where my cousin's at.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like what was so dope about like our relationship, like me and Ciara kind of grew up in the same house. Like she was upstairs, I was in the basement, and like every like Saturday, Sunday morning, we would kind of meet up and
Every
like
weekend.
on the middle floor
it's
and
havoc.
for
Exactly.
real, and just have mad fun throughout the day. So I feel like
These
we
two jumped me a lot of times though. I'm just to let that know, like you feel me, and they won. I don't know how, but you know they jumped me a bunch of times.
definitely did. But he was annoying, y'all. If y'all all have that one annoying cousin, this is ours.
He used to lie.
For real, lie.
About
He was mad
nothing.
stingy. Like he was nothing nice, like at all.
I had a lot of only child syndrome. But
Yes,
not really.
yes.
Like, not really, but like
Heavy.
me and my brothers and sisters.
Spoiled.
Like I didn't live in a
Very
house with
spoiled.
my brothers and sisters, or like y'all had y'all
Entitled.
lived in the same house. Like I was by myself for most of the part, so it was like for me. I
We
come around,
knew.
I'd be around y'all, and I'd be like, hey.
You ain't want to share.
Nothing. He was disgusting. But what I think is very special is our relationship because with Michelle, because we're still building. Because you
This
kind
is
of
true.
came into our family once we were already like, I would say like teenagers.
Well, for y'all, for the most part, maybe. But like,
Like, we knew
me,
of her.
Like, she came around, like, she started to warm up to me. Like, you feel me? And not gonna lie, she was the annoying cousin for me, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Like, she was trying to wear my sneakers and shit. I'm like,
I
bro,
knew he
like,
was gonna
feel
say
me?
that.
I ain't gonna-
I knew he was gonna
like,
say
bro,
that.
Like, you feel me? I'm a little kid, you feel me? She in high school or whatever, you feel me? Like, I'm probably 10. She like, yeah, we wear the same size. Let me wear your sneakers. I'm like, you don't got your own? Like, what's going on? Like, can you go get yours? Like, bro, where yours at? Let me wear
She
yours.
thought yours was fly.
Yeah, he had these 6 rings. It was just the 6 rings. And I was like, oh, I want to get a pair because Zaire had them. My first Jordan.
So what do you feel like your experience was like meeting us and trying to build that relationship and find your place in our family?
Well, I always wanted to come and like give an open chance to everybody. Like I don't like to set the impression on people. I want to get to know them myself, and I feel like everybody just like to give their own opinions. Or this person did this, or this person did that. So I would formulate an opinion about it. But I just really, I was happy to find other people that were related to me. You know, it's good to know that there's other people that share my blood or I can speak to, and and I can actually talk to them and they can correlate to me or tell me some history of the family because I want to know.
Mm-hmm. And that's something I feel like we should speak a little bit deeper about because you didn't have like the upbringing that me, Zaire, and Sierra had. Like we kind of grew up and just knew, okay, this is my cousin. Like you didn't even know we existed. And we didn't know you existed until one day it was like, yeah, like these are just your people. So what was that like for you?
Well, I didn't want to be rude at first. Like, I don't know you people, so I don't know why you're talking to me. I didn't want to just say that because I was like, that's mad OD. That's how I felt. Like, I'm not giving nobody a chance. Why should I just be like, I don't know you? Because I like people. I do like people. It was just scared of me trying to learn somebody else's when I've already grown up in a certain type of household. I already became comfortable with people that I've grown up with. So now to have to reset your mindset to have those cousins relationship, like there's cousins that I have that, they know me when I grew up and the stupid shit I used to do in my mother's house. Like stuff like that are memories that will never ever go away. Like those are the memories you have your cousins. Like when you did that, I don't have those memories with these cousins yet. So that's why I like always focus on building memories or taking pictures or going to events because I wasn't there when everybody made their first impression on what you do for Christmas together, what you do for Thanksgiving together, or how you guys celebrate Martin Luther King Day, or just all those different ways because everybody's family, do have certain traditions, and that's the thing that I wanted to learn.
I feel like you came in at a very interesting time too. Like you became more like prominent around the time like where we were like experiencing loss in the family, and it was very like you were a breath of fresh air, a ball of light.
So just to elaborate, her dad Bobby, rest his soul, he's my cousin, Sierra's cousin, Zaire's uncle. Now, for me, he was more like a father figure / cousin.
Also, our parents, like all of our parents, were raised like brothers and sisters. So,
right.
You feel me? So like they're really close. Like my father looks at her mother as a sister. My father looks at her father as a little brother. So it's like, and her father is my father's big brother, so like it's like a whole family dynamic. They all grew up together, just like we all like basically.
They kind of raised us like brother and sister. Like even though I look at like Sierra's technically my cousin, the way we grew up was like sisters. Like we grew up in the same house, and then same with Zaire. Like he was right around the corner.
Right, and they all lived close.
Like, yeah, like we can walk right to his house. So right, so like she said, Michelet came in at a time where, Bobby was towards the end of his life. And, like, that was, like, the best time because you're just like your dad in so many ways, but you don't even realize it. Like, he was so family oriented. Like, he was all about love. He had great energy always. And you brought that to the family at a time where now we no longer have him.
And that's very special.
Very special.
They speaking about their experience, like my experience coming in with you, like you feel me, like not only like
we don't
growing up, like I seen pictures of you, like cause like I said, her father is my uncle, so like around my house, it's like a whole bunch of pictures, and I'd be like, who is this though? Like I see pictures, like cause I have pictures of all of us together, like us three, you feel me? So I see pictures of her like as a little kid, and I'd be like, I don't recognize this little kid. Like, who is this? But the funny thing is, like, my sister was like that too. Like, I had pictures of my sister, and I didn't know who it was either. So it was just like, so I met my sister. I was 7, and I remember I met Miss Lay. I was like 9 or 10. You feel me? So like it was like around that time of my life, like I'm meeting new people. Like these people always been related to me, but I never knew that. Like that's crazy. They got my same last name, or they supposed to. Like they got the same last name as me, but never met them in my life. Like I'm meeting them for the first time as a 7-year-old, as a 9-year-old. Like that's a big shock to me.
Right. Like meeting Zakia, which is Zaire's sister, that was like a big day for me and Nia. It was like, yeah, Daryl has another daughter, and like, she's here living with Auntie
you
Sylvia.
Remember Zakia from when we were younger?
No, I'm saying the first time we met her, like when she came into the family, she was already like 15, 16.
Yeah, Zaki came back.
She
14.
didn't. Yeah, she didn't grow up with us. So the first day we met her, it was like, oh my gosh, like we have another cousin.
I guess I was a little younger than y'all, so it wasn't that long before she was introduced to me.
She was already a teenager when we met her.
Zaki, I met her, I was 7. You were 22, 23, right? All right, so you a couple years younger than me, so you probably just getting your.
I was like probably like 4 or 3, and I think she used to babysit my brother Jahi. We got another one of us.
Yeah,
my older brother.
So like I said, so it's like not really like registering to you, but like I had a whole basically life before that. Like me and Kamayu was going around every day. Like me and Kamayu together every day type shit.
It used to be a lot of us kids.
It was.
So it's just like I got a whole nother life, and then you feel me? I meet a whole nother sister. Like I got an older sister, not a younger sister. That's weird to me. That was weird.
So that brings me to my next question. What would you say like was your best memory with like all of us?
Me?
Or all of us, like anybody, all of us can answer.
Okay, I think there's 2 things. I absolutely love Sierra's graduation party. Like, I loved it.
That was so lit.
I think it was the best thing. I have my picture in my room that I painted. I was able to drink.
She bust out into a slit.
And I was able
in
to...
the grass.
In the middle of the function.
At a graduation party.
I did. Well,
that's their favorite memory.
And she was pouring Don Julio down my throat.
I'm not too fond of that memory, you know.
Look, I wanted to get loose and I have kids, so it was just like lit for me. And then I like the holidays, you know. I love that the togetherness because my mother's side of the family is not like that. It's like 2 big dynamics. My father's side of the family is right together, want everybody to be there, experience things together. My mom's side of the family, they're very separated. I'll do my thing, you do your thing, and then if we need to come together, you know, then we'll come together. But I like doing family dinners. I like all sitting down at the table. My mom's side of the family, they don't do that. And I feel like those things are important to just ask each other how their day is, you know, just to release a lot of things that go on throughout the day at the dinner table.
Our family is big on that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, cause like just like you said, your other side of the family not like that. I'm pretty sure I don't know too much about their other side of the family, but if you ask them, it might be like that too. But my other side of the family, like if you had things like when I was coming up as a kid, like I was always with y'all for the holidays. Cause I told my mom like my cousin's gonna be there. Like I want to be with my cousins. Like we gonna have a ball. Like
motivated factor.
We gonna be there. We gonna have a ball. Like it don't matter. Like and the great thing is we was fighting as kids. We was always fighting. But it was always fun. I'm not gonna lie. Sierra bit me as a kid. I ain't gonna lie. Like
I bit you once because you punched my brother in the eye.
Yeah, let me just say this. Our family is very lit. Like I would say that like as we were kids, they made sure like that togetherness was there. Like we had a party for everything. Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's Day.
Every holiday we have to get together.
We had to get together.
We gotta get together.
And let's not even get into the family reunion.
That's my favorite memory. So I was waiting for you to get to me.
All right, so go ahead and take that one. Take that one.
So my favorite memory is our family reunions every year in the summer. Like, we just used to have a blast. Every time I got back to school in September, I would talk about it like...
For real.
I could not stop talking about it. I would write about it in my journals. I would write about it in my school prompts. Anything they asked me about the summer. No, I was in North Carolina with my cousins, and we were doing this, and that.
For real.
We dad live the same life, because I ain't gonna lie. After you come back from North Carolina, you know you gotta write an essay. And then come up, like, you feel like, me and my cousins had a ball in North Carolina.
Yo,
for
like,
real. We was having mad fun. Like, we was in the pool.
We was in the pool.
Like, all right, so... My favorite memory, my favorite memory with y'all two is going to be a time we was in North Carolina. My favorite memory with Mission Lake is separate. So my favorite memory with y'all two, like I said, when I was 14, like, you feel me, like, I realized, like, y'all really cool. Like, you feel me, like, I'm really in my head, like, you feel me, like, I'm in high school at this time, and I'm like, yo, feel me, my little cousins, I used to not like them, but you feel me, like, yo, they really cool. Like, I can fuck with them. Like, you feel me, like, this is something that it could be positive going forward. So it was, like, really cool. Like, you feel me, like, not to mention, like, we fucked up the hotel room all the way, like, pizza sauce everywhere. We throwing ice on each other. We throwing water on each other. We just having fun. Like, we getting in the pool at 9 o'clock.
Y'all
and just to elaborate on that, like, we had a motel and all of our family members took up the whole motel. So imagine like 7 and 8-year-olds just run around to each room in the motel. Like that's how we were living. Just having mad fun.
This is a week in our life, like you feel me? Like we basically live with each other. Like we knock on
Right.
the door.
Yes.
We
Right. For a week
together.
straight.
Yes.
We go to sleep at the same time.
Yup.
We going to get in the pool.
Whoever wakes up first wakes up everybody else.
Like, you feel me? Like,
For real.
if this is the time, like you feel me? Like this is every year. Like August, we go for our family reunion. We just having a family reunion, and this is just for the whole week. We just having a ball, just doing whatever cousins do. I mean, this is kid stuff. Like, we spending $5. We having a ball, going to Sonic, getting ice cream.
Dollar Tree.
We getting whatever we can, just together, like 20 deep. Just going to get some ice cream, going to get some food, whatever.
It's crazy because my memories with like the cousins before I met you guys, we did the same thing, but it was just a different type of way. Like they would come over my house. I had a pool in my backyard, so we'll have like a barbecue at my house. They'll sleep over at my house, or we'll go to our other house in Brooklyn, and we'll sleep on the floor together and things like that, and ride bikes around our cul-de-sac, play basketball in my front yard.
Can I ask you a
So-
question? You talking about memories with us?
Well,
No, her other cousins.
yeah,
I
memory.
don't remember none of it.
No,
I don't remember none of
but
it.
those are the
That's
things
her
that
experience.
those are the things that like I want to be able to experience now. That's why I'm big on making memories here, because those are memories that I'm always going to remember from childhood. But now as I'm going through my teenager years, learning who my cousins are, those are things that I want to be able to take with me.
Right. I think
Hold on, guys. Speak of my favorite memory around here.
my favorite memory with Sierra was the day we got conned. We were in North Carolina, and they told us that we were drinking vodka and orange juice. Now, if you're from the South, you know about moonshine.
Stump water.
We were really drinking moonshine and orange juice, and me and Sierra drank the whole goddamn thing,
Wow.
and we were fucked up. And I swear that was one of my favorite nights with you, because I felt like
We
were
was here with it.
We was here with it. Everybody else was somewhere, but me and you was here with it. And I felt like, and we were talking about so much shit, just like from our childhood and just our lives in general. And I just felt so connected to you. So that's like one night that I remember and I cherish so much.
Me too. That video in the bathroom.
For real.
The gas station restroom.
Yes, yo, we both went to the bathroom together in some random ass gas station in North Carolina. Like falling out on the floor, trying to get to the toilet. Like it was horrible. But I think like as a whole,
not
again
on the
with like me, Zaire, and Sierra, like I remember Grandma used to have like Christmas Eve parties.
Yes.
And I remember like it was also Nicholas was there too. And we kept saying like, oh, we hear something on the roof. We think it's Santa Claus, and we would like run.
Oh my
and
gosh,
go
you
pretend
just
like
pulled
we,
that from deep
yes,
way back.
and we would go run in the bed and pretend like we were asleep, just so Santa Claus would bring us gifts. I remember that,
The
and that was like one of my
anticipation.
favorite memories.
Yeah, having the privilege to just not only bring in Christmas with just your immediate family, but with your extended family, like all your cousins. You guys are all in the same house on Christmas Eve.
Yes,
Your kids, so you're just anticipating like what's to come in the morning, but you can't sleep, so you just up with your cousins and y'all just so excited. Ugh.
yes.
Like, we really had it good, because I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of people don't like deal with their cousins that much. Like, you feel me? Like, cousins be distant. Like, you feel me? Like, the crazy thing, like we said, we grew up like basically brothers and sisters, because like I remember being at your house all the time, like walking around the corner, like your dog was my dog, like type shit. So you really like we was really like a family. Like I like that. We was really close. And like my favorite memory with Michelle, like you feel me, Michelle, when she was in high school, she had brought her friend over to my house. But I ain't gonna lie, she not close with this friend no more. But for me, that was like my first crush. You feel me? I was trying to get in with Michelle friend. You know, I was young. I was like 10. You know, she had the same jacket as me, so you know we was twins.
Oh yeah, I was connected.
Which friend is
but
this?
You know, I ain't gonna lie. The crazy thing is to come up now. She like my brother. That's crazy. Like I had a crush on you, but now you gonna go to my brother? That's crazy. That's crazy.
He's still
Listen.
hurt, y'all.
Like, that's crazy.
That's what it's
You
not.
gotta let that go. I can tell it's lingering in your soul.
Right?
Crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy. It's the
That is crazy still to me to know that.
Right.
Right.
So I want to get like a bit deeper. So what's something that you struggled with as a child, and how did you get through it? Anyone can go first.
Okay, yeah,
I'll go first. All right, so like, you feel me? Like struggling, I struggled with identity as a kid. You feel me? Like because, like you feel me? Like growing up, like shit was, like I can say that, like you feel me? Both of my parents didn't really have it going on. Like you feel me? Like they was young parents, so you feel me? Like they didn't really know how to parent. So you feel me? Like when I see the mistakes that they was making, it was like they're making mistakes early, like knowing that's what people do nowadays because I'm older. But as a kid, I was just like, am I meant to be a bad person? Like I always thought about that, like as a kid. Like so, it was like, cause it wasn't always positive growing up. So you know, sometimes I thought about that. Like you know, maybe I'm just meant to be like arrogant, rude, you know, shit like that. So it was weird.
Wow, that's so deep.
I will follow up with that. I would say identity too, but in a different sort of way because I felt like I had the best childhood growing up, and then just felt like one day, and everything was just dark. I found out that my father, that I thought was my father for the last 8 years, 9 years, is not my father. My mom's got to tell me a secret. My stepdad is acting different. My brothers and sisters are acting different. So for me, I would say identity too, because after I found out like the person that I used to call dad, because my mom didn't tell me who my real father was until my grandmother like let it out when I was like 9 or 10, and that's when I did start to come around the family, and it was just, for me it was just like I always wanted to be like my brothers and sisters all have the same father on the other side, so I'm the only child that has a different father. So for me, I always felt like I wanted to fit in with them or do things that way, or oh, I'm Haitian this way and stuff like that because my stepfather is like that. So I always was like constantly saying I want to be I want to be more like his child, more like his child, more like that child. So I constantly didn't know like the different traits that my family had because I was always trying to be a part of somebody else's family. And then I always said, if my family cared about me, why didn't they come after me? Why don't they want to know who I am? Why didn't he just ask who I am? Like, obviously they don't care, so why don't just try to be like somebody else?
I can understand that. You feel me? Like, basically, as a kid, you don't understand everything. So you feel me? Like, to find out you got a whole nother father, like, why he don't want me? Like, you feel me? Like, why he not coming to get me? Like, you feel me? Like,
Why you don't call?
The crazy thing, like, that's one thing I can say about my dad. Like, he was always there as a kid. Like, you feel me? Like, my dad may not be like the best person in the world, but like as a father, he was there. Like for sure. Like, cause I know a lot of people that never had their father. And every moment of my life, my father was there for me. So.
And I feel like just to piggyback like off of the dad thing, like I can really relate because my dad was there, but I feel like at the same time he wasn't there. Like I don't think even to this day like he was ready to be a dad. Like, you know, my dad had me in the gambling spots while he was doing what he do. Like, even if he wanted to go hang out with his friends, like, I was there too, just sitting to the side, you know. But, like, I feel like I struggled with feeling like enough, like, never feeling like I'm worthy. You know, growing up like a plus size girl is not easy at all, you know, and then not having your dad's love on top of that was just like even more of like a burden. So I always felt like I had to do the most to just be seen and still have those feelings of like, wow, like I'm not seen, you know, by society because it, you know, it's looked down upon to be overweight. So I think that was like my biggest struggle, and music helped me get through a lot of that, you know, just to kind of escape from the world. What about you, Ciara?
I think I would say I definitely had my little spats with anxiety and just being a grounded kid and sourcing my emotional support. Like I definitely had people in my life, like as far as like family, both of my parents were there for me. I could go to them, but there was times where I definitely like struggled with understanding that I need emotional support, and I kind of relied on myself like as a child for that. So that causes anxiety.
Yeah.
That's tough. Very good.
Having to deal with your problems on your own.
As a child, as an adolescent, is crazy.
Not even knowing how to, but you just have to do it because you're just in that position.
Right. And then you feel like shame because it's like, am I ungrateful? Like, there's nothing actually going wrong in my life. Like, I have people here, they support me, they love me. So, you know, it's that sort of shame thing. Like, you don't want to be ungrateful, but
It's like, damn, I'm hurting though. You know, and it's like, is my hurt not enough to be recognized? Is that like how you're feeling?
to an extent, because I definitely feel like I had people that I can go to when I was upset, when I was feeling heavy emotions, when I was like triggered or anything. Like, I can always find that person that I can talk to and release. And then as we got older, you kind of like came in and started to be a support too and somebody to talk to. So I wouldn't say like it was a situation of being unheard,
Yeah.
but more so of me even just putting that out there and being vulnerable with myself and reaching out for that help, you know?
Right. And that's like something I want to point out, because I think my relationship with you is like when I realized how important a relationship with a cousin is, because we grew up the same, we experienced a lot of the same things. And to be like, you know, 22, 20, you know, what are we, oh, damn, how old am I? 24. I don't even know.
24.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
No, I think I'm 25. I'm
You
definitely
just turned
25.
Oh, yeah, no,
Okay.
we get...
I'm about to be 26.
It's
Okay.
crazy.
But like there's times where like me and Sierra are like on the phone and we just talk about like things that we've been through, and like, damn, like, you noticed that? Like, oh, you went through that too? Like, that was so healing for me. Like, I don't even think like I've verbally told you like how much conversations with you have really healed me.
Also, to those
Honestly.
Because we was here with it.
to
Yes.
talk about that, like the conversations healing, like just so y'all know, like y'all speaking about y'all problems that y'all had as a kid, like that make me understand like the situations we was going through, like looking back, like as the oldest that was here out of the group, because Miss Lay wasn't there, like looking back, like the problem that you had and the problem that you had, like that makes sense why we had the problems that we had, and you feel me, the problem that I had, you feel me? So it'd be like everybody just trying to express how they, like you just trying to get it out, like, you feel me? So we have problems, and then it's just like we got to figure out how to like mesh with each other instead of trying to just like get all our problems out, because these are people that you learn to go through your problems with. Like, this is how you learn how to have a relationship or have anything, have a friendship, you know. This is the shit you build off of, you feel me? So
Yeah.
I wanted to just add to that because I'm a parent too, so I feel like as my goal is always to be a present mom for my children, and the fact that you can state that your parents provided a structure, they made sure everything, if you needed to, you can speak to them, but also having that emotional support system is so important, because that's where you're really developing your feelings as, you know, how you react to someone who did this, how you react to that, how do you handle yourself in a different manner. That's when you really grow your character, to be honest. So I think that is so huge as you guys are reflecting that, because those are generational things that that one of the things that I'm trying to fix for my kids. So they won't have to feel like that. For my sons, I want them to always be able to have that open communication to me, like, Mom, I don't feel good, or this is that it is, or it made me sad like this, or even if Makai is crying to a movie or something like that, I let it happen, because those are his emotions and he needs to learn how to process that. And so many times as parents, they're tired, you know, they provide, they go to do the structure, so it's different. They don't really have the time to really invest because they're so busy on their set routine. Okay, I got to put you in the bed, aid. If you're telling me that your ankle hurts, that's going to, you know, make me have to go spend more time to go to the hospital or take it out of my day, and I got work tomorrow. So it's like, what becomes more important, my child or my career? So those are the things that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents have always been trying parents. Like, they've always tried.
Nobody
so.
teaches us how to be a parent. You know, these are things that you learn to go through all day, every day. But I always keep God first, and He's really been helping me, you know, heal those things that I want to be able to put towards them. Yeah, he's a soldier, and he's gonna be able to express himself, and that's good.
Her son broke his fingers, like he broke his thumb, and came to me like
As
right
he
after,
should.
He like,
Period.
yo. I'm like, nah, it's looking like this. Like, I'm like, nah, that ain't right, bro. You feel me? And he chilling, he not crying, you feel me? And he like 2 at this time, just. He slammed his thumb in the window. I ain't gonna lie, he broke his thumb in 2 places. I still have the picture on my phone. I remember that. Like, you feel me? Like,
And I was crying.
Like, he's a
Because I
warrior.
felt bad as a parent, like, because I'm working 2-3 jobs. I was leaving the kids in Queens, and my son broke his finger. And we
But
was
that's not your fault.
But where as a mom, you want to be there.
You want to be there.
My
but
son
that's
is
not
2,
your fault.
and his
But it
finger
just
is
highlights
Yeah.
it highlights, you know.
like not being able to be there
Things.
because I'm working
Like,
to provide for
like,
them.
You feel me? Like, I'm just telling you, as a mom, you're providing. So like I understand where you're coming from. Like you wanted to be there, but like you was doing what you were supposed to do. Like it's not like you could have just.
But
kept it
those
and did-
things,
Other things
who said
are
it's supposed
important
to
as
be,
well,
who
though.
said that I was supposed to be there? You know, those are the, you know, it's because of the society says that I have to make sure they have food, shelter, clothing, things like that. They don't really push emotional support if something happens to you guys. That's not something that's pushed, and that's why mental awareness is so important.
Especially in Black families.
Exactly.
I feel like emotional support is lacking. You know, even when I think about like my mom and like your dad, I can see like that emotional support was not there because like they don't know how to express themselves in certain ways. But also like listening to what you're saying about like being a mom, it makes me admire my mom so much more because you know she didn't have that support from my dad. She did a lot of things on her own.
She's learned
but
to be
still
better.
be so present, like you know, as just a young girl growing up is just like phenomenal. You know, I feel like my mom is like my best friend. And you know, and that's just super important just for anybody raising a child. Like no matter what you're going through, you really have to be present. And I think for me, like that's why I'm kind of like not even like ready to have kids because I don't know if I'm ready to be that present.
I don't have it yet.
You know, right?
I'm still in
Like,
my little selfish.
I don't know if
mode.
I'm ready to give that emotional support that they need.
What you about to say?
I want a little toy, man. I'm ready to have a kid.
You ready?
But you got to be ready for that.
I'm ready. I ain't gonna lie. I'm ready to have a kid. I just don't know. Like, you feel me? I'm ready to have a kid sometimes. Like, cause I feel like, you feel me? Like, the older I get, you feel me? Like, I'm just waiting. You feel me? Like, to think about it, like, I'm about to be 26. So, if I was to have a kid today, you feel me? Like, when I was 18, when my kid turned 18, 18 years from now, I'll be, 44? So, you feel me? Like, it's like, I'm pushing it. Like, you feel me? Like, I play basketball. I want to be able to play against my kid. I want to be able to.
Wait, how old are you right now?
20, I'm about to be 26.
Okay.
Today, so you know, like, so it's just like, I wanna have a kid soon, like for the next couple of years.
You got
But-
your person?
Huh?
You got your person picked out?
No, he don't.
Oh, man.
He
Oh,
don't.
man. Like I said, I want
Oh man, oh man.
I want to have a kid.
It's the man for me.
Kamayu didn't have a kid yet. Zakia had a kid. Khaled had a kid. I'm waiting for Kamayu to have a kid so I can be an order. You feel me? So that's what I'm waiting for.
For me, I think that I don't want to have any more children. Just
Yeah, you
because.
got enough.
Yeah, I just feel like 2 is
They
a
enough.
a lot.
They
Two is much.
That 2 equal 4.
Yeah, 2, 4. Just because I feel like there's different things that I didn't love myself more with having my kid with the right person than love myself more so I can openly express that to my children. I want to be able to not have a financial burden over my head to try to provide for my kid to do those different things. I don't want my kid to be raised off of survival and struggle. I want it to just be pure abundance. So those are the different things that I would change just for myself I don't even want to put that in existence. Just for myself, to become a better mom overall.
But what made you say like, wow, like I'm ready to have kids?
It wasn't really a thing that I'm ready. It was like, it happened. So it's either you gonna deal with it or you gonna try to figure a way out.
Also, what I could say.
And I wanted
know
a child.
She felt she was in a more stable relationship, so she felt like she had a partner to help her. So that would be also why she would be ready. Like she was in a stable relationship. So you feel me? Like when you feel like you got the help, then you feel me? You feel like it's gonna be way easier. So you feel me? Like if you know who that person is gonna be, then most likely you're closer to having a kid than not. You know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And y'all was high school sweethearts.
Okay, 8th grade.
That's
not-
Ooh, middle school sweethearts.
So I feel like you have like a story of like a lot of women, like, you know, they have this kid because they think that it's going to be, you know, I guess this vision that they have, and it doesn't pan out that way. But like, what advice do you have for those women that go through that?
I would say love yourself first. Like I would do a lot of times, I wouldn't do things that made me happy because he didn't want to do it. Or I didn't go somewhere because he didn't want to go somewhere. Or I didn't go do out for that team. Or I didn't go to that show because he kept me this way. So when I started to love myself more, I started to want to go get my hair done for myself, you know, go out, get dressed, not just stay in the house, stay laid up underneath him all day and not go be out with my friends. Like do things what we're doing as young teenagers, you know. Now you laying up, get yourself, you know, in a situation and you're thinking that, oh, this is how we play house every day, but we don't have our house.
Wait,
we
so you
playing
guys are
house in
living-
somebody else's.
Yep.
And now you got a baby and now everything just gets, you know, turned over head. You trying to raise somebody else's, trying to raise your baby in somebody else's house, and they don't mix because they got their routine. They work. They don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to hear your baby crying, and then they got to go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I'm not gonna lie, just to throw it out there. When y'all have kids, make sure the kids' father stay around because you know I'm
This
glad y'all
guy.
know.
Side eye. Side eye.
Exactly.
But step
I'm
parents
trying
are
to be
important
married
too.
before I start
Step
even
parents are
trying to
very
have some
important too.
kids.
Okay.
Wait, what did you say?
I said I'm trying to be married before I start trying
Yeah,
to have
that's the
some
goal. You're
kids.
looking for a
Being
ring.
married doesn't even guarantee like that person is going to be
It
the
definitely
same
doesn't.
when you have
Yeah, the
kids.
crazy thing
It
is,
definitely
I have a lot of
doesn't.
friends, like my friends are older.
But that extra structure can definitely help
Yeah.
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
than if it wasn't that.
You feel more support. Like, oh, I can lean if I'm really tired. Like, you know, they'll take over. They can help me. But when you're a single mom, you're doing it by yourself. You ain't got no choice. You have to do it.
I'm sorry, but like we've been talking about kids for like mad long now. And I'm just like I'm 23 years old.
Yeah.
Think about this. I don't even let these
I
types of
still
thoughts
say
come
it.
across my
I say it
conscience.
now, and it's been 7 years. I'm like, I'm really somebody's
Hold on,
parent.
look.
All right, I have a fun question.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What's something about you that we don't know? That's
It's
a
such
good
an
one,
open-
right?
That's a good one.
That's a
It's
good
so
one.
open though. Let me think. Do I have a secret life?
Yeah, I'm trying to think about that too. Trying to see what's something that you guys really don't know. Okay,
Think
maybe.
myself, and I made up the question.
Is it like maybe like a secret habit? Maybe like
I don't know anything that we don't know.
I low key like to do ballet and ballroom dance. Like,
We used to do ballet, all three of us.
yeah, I like
They
ballet.
really put the boys in dance school. That was funny.
That was fucked up.
Nick, Jahi, and Zaire.
Like, what are we doing here? Like, I could be
Then they
playing
put y'all on
basketball.
karate.
For real.
I like
don't wanna do that
ballet.
either.
They just wanted us to be out the house. That's all that was.
They gave us activities. I'm grateful for
Right.
it because
For real. Some people don't have that luxury.
yeah,
Hmm.
I will say
What's something that we don't know about you?
All right, so y'all don't know. Even though I didn't like y'all, you was always my favorite cousin.
Hey, I always knew it. I always knew it. Why do you feel that way? Why do you feel like I'm your favorite?
The crazy thing is, like, to be honest, like, it started out probably because my dad and your mom's relationship. So,
Yeah.
like, because of their, like, brother and
His
sister.
dad is weak for my mom.
Exactly.
Weak.
So it's like, you feel me? Like, growing up, it's like seeing my dad react to that, like that to her mom. It's like, I have trouble not reacting the same way to her. Like, you feel me? So it was always like, yeah, that's my favorite cousin. Like, I love her. So it was cool.
And Daryl and Candace is Daryl's favorite cousin.
Yeah. I think if we're just talking like cousin wise, for me, I really admire Sierra's confidence. And I admire how she's just like so true to herself. And she's not afraid to be who she is and to like, you know, speak on whatever's on her mind. I've always admired that about you.
Thank you. It was a lot of fighting to get there.
Yeah.
Now, my favorite cousin, his name is actually Baloo, a.k.a. U-Ball. And the way you guys speak about the memories that you have, I have those memories with him. Like, even to this day, I can speak to him and I can cry on the phone with him because we have this communication level that, you know, we had to learn to, that we had to get to. I remember I broke the screen door at my house and, you know, we got beat for it, things like that. Going in the pool, him beating me up, me having races, going to Georgia with him. Just different things like that. And, like, when we used to talk on the phone, like how you guys used to talk on the phone, we used to, like, talk about how we speak French, like in French class. So we used just to speak French to each other on the phone, and which is different things like that that I have with him. And then when he came over my house, I felt like it was always a competition, him hanging out with my brother and me. And then we used to go ride bikes with my best friend. So he was my best friend. And even, like, to this day, I know that he's told me I'm his favorite cousin because we actually did shit. We went to go play basketball. We went to go play, fight, eat, all this type of stuff. So that's my cousin. You know, y'all that hold a different place in my heart because y'all have the same blood as me, and that's deep to me. But he's definitely a cousin that made memories with me that will last forever.
What about you, Sierra?
Wait, what was the question?
It wasn't a memory. It was more like, damn. It was, hold on.
Oh, something. First of all, we got sidetracked.
What we know about you.
Did anybody answer that already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said some ballet things.
I think for me, like, I was just like, you know, I don't think I ever told you that I felt that way about you. So that's something you didn't know. You can play it however you want.
So it's something about me or something that
we
like.
don't know.
Yeah, that we don't know.
But should it be about me or could I make it about like us as a unit?
You can make it in general, whatever.
Nothing really comes to mind. Like, I really been thinking for a long time, like, what don't...
I got something about you.
I'm not a secretive person in general.
About you that you don't know.
What?
All of my friends be following her. Bro, I'd be like, yo.
This one
I'd
niggas...
be like, yo, stop fucking following my cousin. Like, yo, bro.
Cause she's
I'd
fire.
be like, bro, stop fucking following my cousin. I be telling, like, I look on her Instagram page and she got 1,000 likes. You feel me? Like, she's famous. You feel me? Like,
Not
she got
famous.
1,000 likes.
Stop.
What's
You're
good?
making me
Follow her
cringe.
on
Y'all making me
Instagram. What's
cringe.
good?
Don't.
1,000 likes, but you feel me? Like, you know how your Instagram show you people that you follow, that she follow, and then be a nigga, and then a nigga comment under her stuff. I be like, yo, bro, get the fuck from under my cousin's shit. What are you doing? Like, what you doing?
That's
bro?
OD.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I hate that shit.
She's so beautiful.
I ain't gonna lie, I hate that.
Guys, stop gassing me up, all right?
It's the truth, though. You're so
Thank you.
beautiful. And you need to know that.
Thank you, guys. Nah, I'm but I just want to say, to just loop it back around, that, like, I guess something that you guys don't know is that y'all really impacted me a lot growing up, like, especially, like, during those hard moments. I feel like y'all always had, like, we always had a mutual understanding of each other, like unspoken cousin, telekinesis, subconscious communication. Like, it was times like, you know, like I would be getting in trouble. My cousin NAJA would be looking over at the situation, just disappointed, like, please free my cousin. Like,
free her till she free.
Like,
Free my cousin for real.
and I feel like that really taught me empathy. Like, y'all demonstrating that taught me, in a sense, just by leading by example, especially you, NAJA. Like, you know, my girl leads by example, and she shows up and she shows it, and you got no choice but to respect it.
Exactly.
Nah, for real. I don't know if this is okay to share. Remember when you used to pick eyebrows and stuff?
It's not okay.
It's not okay?
Nah.
Okay. Sorry. Because I'm sorry.
It's okay. What?
But
Let's just put it like that. Like, she used to look at the TV like this.
But it's I
I had vision problems. If I didn't have my glasses on, I'm using my good eye.
I understand that now.
For real. But
I used to just look at her as a kid.
I kind of knew the situation was going to lead into that,
why
too.
She looking like that? She used to look at the TV I'm like, she looking sideways. What's going on? She was really giving people the
But it's
side
no matter what, Sierra's the type of person, you're going to go through the motions with her. I don't give a fuck what it is, what she's doing, what weird shit she doing. Bitch, do it, because it's I'm going to go through it with you. And that's just how I always felt with her. It never felt like a cousin relationship. This is really my sister right here. And I don't think I've ever said that out loud. So it's again, I want to just say, I'm so grateful for you. I think, you out of all people have shown me, how significant a relationship with your cousin is. I love
definitely
you
fruitful.
so much. I'm glad God put me on this journey with you because we've experienced so many things together. And we've grown from it and we've healed from it. So
yes.
I'm so grateful for you.
Likewise, girl, because I don't think people don't be getting it like how you be getting it.
Yeah,
I know that I can share with you and that you can share with me.
No one will ever understand me the way that you understand me.
Right.
Because you've really been there from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
Yeah. Because she's only 1 year after me. So we really, we're right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. And he's a year over me, right? So it's you, then me, then Sierra. And then Michelle, you're definitely before us.
I'm in the 30s club. Hey,
I'm
in
OG. She OG.
in the 30s
not
club.
even to leave Michelle out because I feel we're talking so much about our experiences, but Michelle, I also think I have to give you your flowers. I think you're so dope as a person. Again, I love the confidence that you have. You're so comfortable in who you are. And, I love that you're a part of our family now. You definitely give our family spunk because I don't feel like our family had that.
We are dry.
We were dry as fuck.
Every family function, it gets
spunk,
really fun.
Yes. So, your presence is really appreciated.
Gotta shake things up a little bit.
And she doesn't even realize how much, she brings her dad's vibe to the family. God rest his soul.
I appreciate that.
You are so much like your dad, and you don't even know. You
do.
light up the room the same way her dad does. Am I lying?
That's a fact, though.
She lights up the room the same way he did.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Bobby.
Hey, thank you. Rest in peace, Dad.
For real, we love you. Yes. And I know we're over time, right, Solo? What was that? We can keep going? What was that? Done?
So we good.
Okay. Do you guys have anything else you want to share?
I want to share
Zaire, this is the most I've ever heard you fucking talk.
I'm drunk. I spilled liquor on me. I just want all y'all to know, you feel me? I'm proud of y'all. All y'all doing y'all thing, you feel me? All y'all, you with your radio show, you feel me? You and your business. I was speaking to Sierra one time. She was getting in the hair. I don't know how much she's still.
What was this conversation? You drunk? He's drunk because
My girl's about to be a lawyer. Are you
Yeah,
stupid?
she is about to be a lawyer.
God willing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I have different interests now, guys. I am very talented.
Right?
Oh yeah, that I'll do my own hair, but not others.
Start a business like that. You feel me? I'm just business savvy. You feel me? That's what it was.
I'm trying to get paid from my brain, not my
I
hands.
need a lawyer. I need a lawyer on my team. So you
What do you need a lawyer for?
Don't worry.
Everybody
I just
needs a
always
lawyer.
need You feel me? I just always need a lawyer.
I just always need a lawyer.
But I thank y'all for tuning in. These are my cousins. I love them very much. I hope you enjoyed this conversation with us. It's Deep Convos and Tequila.
Hey.
Heavy on the tequila.
Per.